Hey everyone, I'm excited to talk about one of the hottest topics that we're getting from customers is how to capture more zero-party data and then leverage that data. So first and foremost, what is zero-party data? And this is data that someone comes to your website and is entering in their information themselves. That is zero-party data, someone entering information and then sending it directly to you into your email marketing system or your CRM system or your CDP system. It's all about someone coming to your site and entering that information. It's nothing more than that. What it is clearly not is advertiser data or buying a list. That is not zero-party. That's third-party data, and we don't want to go there. We want to capture more data from our users. And this actually is the best data. This is data that you can leverage in a variety of ways to sell more products, to get more opens on your emails, to get more interaction from your customers, to get more demos booked. It's all about zero-party data and getting the customer to use it. So how do you get this data from your users? So we're going to go through some strategies. We're talking about quizzes and multi-step forms. This applies to every type of site, whether you're an e-commerce site or a publisher or a B2B site. You can apply these strategies across the board, and I'm going to go through kind of a variance of all of them. So quizzes is probably my favorite type of zero-party data collection, specifically for e-commerce companies. You ask them a series of questions, like here we have an example of talking about what type of watch you like. You ask them a series of questions. Now, this is usually under 8 questions, rapid fire questions that you ask about their interest. And then the benefit to the user is you actually recommend them a product. Now, this can be multiple products. It can be one product. This can be a list of products. And then you recommend them. Now, the beauty of this is before you get to this step, which we'll talk about a little bit later, is you capture their email address. And all that data should funnel back into your email marketing system or your CRM system. But you should leverage this. So now that you know, hey, this person is really into digital watches. So anytime you get a new digital watch or an accessory to a digital watch, you can kind of send them an email or a blast and saying, hey, we got this new digital watch in. You would probably be interested in that. Quizzes have been huge for e-commerce companies. Now, once you take that quiz, make sure it's in your email marketing system. Make sure it's going into your ad systems as well, so you can retarget them based on those interests. So now you know they're interested in, especially analog watches in this case, retarget them across the web with that data, with that information, so they come back to your site with all the latest, analog watches in this case. Now you sell probably more than one analog watch. There's probably like 20 analog watches. So show them a variety across the ad networks. Now you can also, if they come back to your site, leverage that data and show it on your site as well. So they come back to your site, they haven't made a purchase. Let's leverage the fact that, hey, we know they're into smartwatches, so let's show a modal about smartwatches. Now, all you can do is you can kind of gate the recommendation. So the goal is to capture this information, but you also want something you can identify with. And the identification is usually something like a phone number, or in this case, an email address. And so if you capture that email address, you pass that data to your email marketing system, and then you could trigger emails like this. And in this email example, we also have incentives like one-time use coupon codes that we always recommend because that always boosts conversion as well. But if you don't, you can just show up, hey, here are the recommended options for you. It's personalized. You already have the recommendations in your database now, along with the different interests. So now you can send follow-up emails about different kind of interests that they're more interested in. So in this case, potentially a specific type of wine flavor that they like. Now, if you know they've taken a quiz, you know that they are what they're interested in, and they've completed the quiz. If they come back, make sure you retarget them on your own site with that coupon code if you're using a coupon code. But definitely with their interest, like that recommendation that you are providing. Show it to them. Hey, this is what we know that you want. Here is a kind of a banner at the top of your site. This is perfect for you based on the questions you asked, and here's a recommendation. So once you have this zero-party data, make sure you leverage it in multiple ways in your email marketing, on site, and in your retargeting is kind of the key. Now, if you're a B2B site, multi-step forms are huge as well. So take them through a series of questions and then ask them for their information at the end of it. That's what's key. You do one-click steps. Every time they click on something, that is more information that you can kind of guide them through and have data on, so you know they're interested. And this is helping the customer kind of figure out what they need. So it's not just about capturing this data. It's about personalizing the offer as well and giving them what they want based on the information they're providing. So it's a dual-step flow. You're getting this data, but you're also providing a personalized experience for them. Now, another big thing is, we see a lot of people use pop-ups with our platform. After you capture that email should automatically go into your email marketing or CRM system. So that's done in there. But then you make it progressive. So on the next step, you ask them other things that they're interested in. So for example, in this case, they're interested in weekly news or a monthly or gift guide. allow them to opt into different lists. Show them what you offer. Productize your different kind of messaging that you provide so you can kind of get that information. Now, it's progressive. So even if they don't fill this out, you still get their email address and they're opted into a very specific list as well. Also, if you could personalize this box, that's even better. Personalize the box that is getting displayed based on the URL that they're looking at. So that'd be a good example as well. So we talked a little bit about capturing that email, maybe for first-time visitors or people that are on site. Now, what about people that opt out? So people that go to that manage preferences link, they want to opt out. They're not ready to kind of get all your emails. Show them a preference center where you're not just asking for kind of different, things that they can opt out of. Ask them everything that you want to know about them. Let them know that you can personalize your emails and your offers based on their needs. So in this example, we're kind of showing, okay, well, what are your skin concerns in this case? And then you can send them relevant information and relevant knowledge, relevant products based on their primary skin concerns as well. So get it on entrance, but also try to get it on exit as well, so you can kind of tailor your messaging around that. One thing that has been huge as well is one-click surveys. So you send a blast out. Now this could be an HTML block, really in any type of email marketing system, and you could just embed an NPS style survey. Now this doesn't have to be 0 to 10. This could be something as simple as, did you like this? Yes or no? Was this product for you? Yes or no? Did this solve one of your goals? And you have kind of 3 responses. When they click on that, send that data right back to your email marketing system, and then you could personalize your messaging based on that. Here's another example. If they click 10, now you know they're really interested in that product. If they click 0, ask them why. Trigger out a sequence of emails and try to figure out why they didn't like the product so you can kind of tailor their needs based on that. It's great to get 10s all day, but it's also good to get 0s to understand if your messaging is really hitting them how you need to be. This has been really fantastic. Post-checkout surveys. Now, post-checkout surveys are great because you can do a variety of things. One, you can figure out, why did they buy from you and how, what marketing funnels are working for you. But the other big thing you can figure out is you can leverage this to include other things. So if they found it from a friend, you might infer that they're more likely to refer other people. You can validate your other type of marketing. You can also ask them questions on what the purpose of buying this, and also ask them what are the other things that they're interested in. So you can also funnel that back. What we have noticed is that the post-checkout survey, a survey that is offered immediately after a checkout has happened, has an 80% conversion rate. And it has to be a pop-up if you want that conversion rate. So as soon as they come to the site, made a purchase, you show a survey and you capture more data. Maybe you get their information about why they bought from you, but also learn about them. What is their profession? What is their job title? This is the time where you pretty much you've already won the battle. Now capture much data so you can personalize all of your marketing around them to sell that other product or that other service, or maybe tailor the demo that you're about to do for them as well. So post-checkout surveys have been really huge. Pass that data along to all the social systems and your advertising platforms so you can leverage that and retarget them across the web. So that's been a really big thing as well. Now, most people don't leverage their Google Analytics. Almost every website has Google Analytics, whether they're even using another analytics system or not. Now, most people are not leveraging their Google Analytics integration. And this is what I think is a big thing that a lot of marketers can do. You pass all of that data as segments. Now, segments is a very powerful free feature in Google Analytics that people are not leveraging that allows you to define segments like, hey, they came to the site, they did a few things, they didn't make a purchase. Now you can actually pull that data and retarget them based on that. So that's a free feature that you can leverage quite a bit across the board. And we have a way as Digioh, we have a way to target them based on purchase intent, based on pages that they've browsed on your site. So it's a very powerful tool to use Google, use Google Analytics if you're not. And they also have free reports. So let us know if you have a question about Google Analytics. But one powerful free feature that I see people not using is Google Analytics segments, creating segments and targeting based on that zero-party segment data. Capture every click. Make sure you're capturing every click. Every time they click on something, things that they're doing on your site, the first click, the last click, make sure you're sending all that data back into Google Analytics as well as your email marketing system. So you can target based on purchase intent. If they're not making a purchase, if they have abandoned a purchase, make sure all that data is collected and you're leveraging all your marketing channels. Now, last but not least, make sure it's captured into your marketing stack. So a lot of times what I see is people are collecting the email, but they're not capturing every click and sending that data to their email marketing system or their CRM system. So make sure you're capturing every interest field and leveraging that in all of your marketing as well. I'm Rishi. We're Digioh. Let me know if you have questions. We love this stuff and excited that you watched the presentation. Thank you so much.